Fitin10 Nation, it is day 31 of the Fitin10 challenge, and I'm gonna try to make this as short as possible, as I typically do, and I'm usually unsuccessful. But I have a lot to go through today, and I'm debating whether I should go through these two things or not. Okay, well, in any event, I sent out your numbers yesterday. You should have got those numbers. You should see there will be a change in them. Next week when I send your numbers, it's very possible they may not be different. Okay, I've already made quite a significant change to your calories thus far, so we're probably going to ride this out for 2 weeks. But in any event, you will still get your numbers, and your heart rates will still change. Okay, your heart rate levels and your intervals and all that stuff. Okay, that will change. All right, so let me read you something here. Somebody wrote me very quickly here. This is very nice. Thank you to the person that wrote me this. I guess I'll just keep you anonymous, just because you didn't say I could say your name, so I won't. All right, so here we go. This person says, I've done the Fitin10 challenge 4 times. The first time I came in 2nd place. The second time I came in 5th place. The third time I quit. Did 3 of the 4 scans, but didn't follow the pillars. This time I'm following the pillars to the best of my ability, even cardio, which I usually don't like. Mark's been talking this week about how people often quit around now if they do, and I just want to remind people about the reasons they wanted to join the challenge in the first place. And that is their goals. Don't lose sight of your goals, because I guarantee you, if you follow the pillars, you will get stronger, lose body fat, and feel better about yourself this spring. Don't lose sight of your goals, even though some things may seem tough from week to week. I promise, if you persevere, you will feel better and be happy. You challenged yourself. Every time I've done the challenge, I've improved my life in some way and felt great in the end, and you will too. Trust me, if you finish the challenge, it will have changed you in some way, and you will feel victorious. Dig deep, push forward. Remember, this is for you. Special thanks to Mark and Martina and Tom, that is Train on Main. Thank you, Mark, for the daily videos and education, and thank you both for the amazing instruction and classes. One quick little note, the other night it was 9 p.m. and I realized my fob needed to be replaced, and I hadn't replaced it, so I texted Martina, and she was still at the gym. Even though she was just about to leave, she waited 15 minutes for me to get there so I could get a new fob and get in my workout. I don't know very many businesses that would do that for one customer. I know it's only a small example, but it was significant to me. And I have to say, these two are special. Thank you. I agree. Thank you so much for helping me achieve so many of my goals. You are most welcome. And I'm very happy to know that we can help you. And it's truly our pleasure. All right, so I just wanted to read you guys that little thing there. Okay, all right, you know what? I'm probably going to go through this tonight, and I'm probably going to go through it tomorrow, because this is a little bit loaded. I have presented this before to some of you because you've done the challenge before, but it's about that time that I'm going to bring this up, because I really want you to understand the significance of long-term manipulation of your calories and the effect it can have when you do low calories on your body, and specifically long-term fat loss. Okay, so I made a little chart here some time ago. It's maintained its level of pristine, well, somewhat. All right, so can you see that? I think you can. All right, so listen, in red, I've got body fat. In blue, I've got calories. So there's the calories, there's the body fat. I'm sorry, yes, it is a chart, but just bear with me. And in green, we've got metabolic rate. On the x-axis down here, we've got time, okay? So we've got amounts of each of these here, right? Calories, body fat, and metabolic rate. And on the x-axis along here, we've got time. All right, so here we go. We're in the beginning of the diet. we're fat, we're depressed, we feel like losers, we need to make a change. So what do? We drop our calories significantly, right? That's what people typically do. They drop their calories significantly. And what happens? Well, over a period of time, let's call this 6 weeks, body fat drops quite substantially, and metabolic rates drops pretty substantially as well. Now, part of that reason is because we've dropped body fat. We've also dropped lean muscle mass too, don't forget, because that will happen when you go low calories. That metabolism drops back down. Eventually the diet finishes, because we peak out, we bottom out with body fat loss, and generally we're pretty happy, like we lost a ton of weight, even though we lost some of that being muscle, which was really not in your interest. But anyways, you drop a bunch of mass, okay? And then you say, okay, diet's over, I'm friggin' starving, I need to do something, and I'm really hungry, so I'm gonna go back to my regular maintenance calories that I was having before this. So people end the diet, right? Because they're happy. They reached their goal, they're happy. So they ramp their calories back up to pretty much where they were. Now what happens is time goes on and body fat levels climb back up because you shot your calories back up. But what the problem is here is because you went so low on your calories for a long enough period of time, your metabolism does not recover. That is in the green here. It goes up somewhat, but it doesn't recover. And so consequently what happens is with those same amount of calories, we get body fat overshooting. We get too much body fat here. Too much. More than what we had in the beginning. And then we say, oh my God, I'm fatter, I'm more depressed than what I was before. Man, I'm even a bigger loser, okay? You're not a loser, I'm just having fun with you, okay? So this is where you're at. So then you say, okay, well, I got to get back to where I was. So I'm going to drop my calories back down to where they were. So you drop your calories back down, but look, your metabolism hasn't recovered yet. So you don't have that leverage that you had in the beginning when your calories were higher. That leverage, the leverage that I've been preaching to you. Okay, so what happens is you drop your calories back down, your metabolic rate drops down, you lose some body fat, but not to the level that you did before. Keep in mind this is a very simplistic explanation. Not to the point that you did before, and then what happens is your body fat levels out, you say, oh shit, I'm gonna have to drop my calories even more because I'm just not losing what I used to lose. So you drop your calories even more, metabolism continues to go down, but body fat is just saying, I am not moving, I am plateaued, I'm staying here. I am in that conservation mode, and that's thanks to the good old metabolism that just didn't recover. But listen, I want to come back to this here. You had so much momentum here. When calories are high, you have momentum. Okay, now there's a happy medium with this. Yes, I agree. You can't just load up on calories, and of course you're going to get fat. But my point is this is where you make small changes, and this is where you don't make drastic changes to your calories. You're going to get tricked. This is where people get tricked. They drop their calories significantly in the beginning and they're very happy and they think, wow, that was a really great diet. That diet was really smart. No, it was not smart because you have to think long term. You must think long term. And if you think long term, then you need to diet on as many calories as possible. Unless you want to go on super low calories and remain on those for the rest of your life. But even then, you're not going to feel good. You're not going to feel strong. And I guarantee you, as you age, you're going to feel frail and weak. Okay? So physically speaking, you're not going to feel good. Okay. Although I will say that there is some, I believe, some advantage to. This is just my belief, by the way. There's not necessarily any evidence of this, but I do believe that there is some positivity in doing some caloric restriction over time in terms of internal health. But again, that's just my belief. Coming back to fat loss, because this is what so many people struggle with, you need to keep your calories higher. It's so easy. You guys don't understand. It's so easy. I could just put you all in low calories and you're going to drop tons of body fat. Like, you think that I can't figure this out, or I don't know what you think. Or maybe I'm torturing you, or I'm not sure. I don't know what you think, because it's so easy for me to go into your spreadsheet, or into my spreadsheet, and change your numbers. It's so easy. I can just do that like that. It's very easy. But I know it's not good for long term. And you didn't, if you are struggling with body fat, it's not because you ate low calories. Believe me, the fat mass does not come from low calories. What typically generally what people end up doing is they go through periods where there might be some days where their calories are not that high, but then they go through these crazy spurts of super high calories. And sometimes that can happen just in one meal. Like I went to the movies the other night and I said, you know what, I'm gonna treat myself to a meal at the movies. I went to the VIP and I ordered a salad. I got a salad with chicken. Okay, now I knew there was gonna be some fat in there, some avocado and some cheese and some dressing. But man, when I found out how much dressing was in there, because there was a lot, that salad was easily about 1,200 calories. It's a freaking salad and it's 1,200 calories, okay? And that's just a salad, all right? And of course, you guys saw my cheat day from a little over a week ago where I ate an entire pizza and pretty much a bag of cookies. And that cheat meal was, conservatively speaking, 4,000 calories, all right? So that's not something I do every day, obviously, but if you do it sporadically enough, then you know your average calories for the week are going to be up there. This is typically what happens with people, okay? And this is what a lot of you are probably, not a lot of you, but sometimes through the challenge here, when you're not following your numbers 100%, oh my God, I'm at 11 minutes. Okay, I'm gonna talk more about this tomorrow. This is part one. So when you're not, lost my train of thought. But throughout this challenge, when you're following your numbers, this is the importance of being totally consistent with your numbers. Not to have, you know, times where you know you're eyeballing, so you're probably over consuming. I know when I've eyeballed before and then I weigh it, I'm always over. Especially if you don't know, by the way, how much foods really look like, you know, in terms of weight, what an eyeball constitutes in terms of weight, right? You know what I'm saying when I'm saying eyeball? I mean like when you're looking at food, when you're trying to estimate with your eyes. So basically what ends up happening is you're inconsistent with your numbers throughout the week, okay? Unless you're putting everything into your app and you're weighing everything and you're being honest. You're not leaving stuff out, all right? This is the only way that you're gonna know, but I know when I see this and people are not dropping, I know that there is something that's missing. And that's not to say you are purposely just trying to deceive me or yourself. You just don't know, okay? Remember the leverage that you have. When anybody comes to me and they're eating a lot of calories and they want to drop body fat, I'm like, we are in a perfect scenario. The worst case scenario is when somebody's put on tons of weight and they've yo-yo dieted and they get to the point where they're still holding a lot of body fat and they're pretty much, basically their metabolism is not where it should be based on their mass. Then that's a problem. That can be a big problem, okay? It's not a big problem, you can reverse it, but it takes a lot of time and it takes a lot of reverse dieting, so. 13 minutes, terrible, right? Okay, message of the day, let's get to it. Can't quit, don't quit, won't quit. You know what you gotta do, you gotta submit and commit to the pillars of this challenge, right? Can't quit, don't quit, won't quit. You will not quit this, right? You need to submit and commit, not quit, right? You gotta stick with this challenge, you guys. And do all the pillars, especially the eating part, okay? I'm telling you right now, you cannot wing the eating part. You cannot eyeball, you cannot guess, you cannot have off days. Well, listen, if the goal of losing weight or body fat in this challenge, if that's part of it, then this is what you need to do, okay? And you know, you're not gonna get from me super low calories. I'm always gonna be really, really, really hard on this, okay? Low calories is not the answer. Consistency and being reasonable is the answer. Consistency and being reasonable. Not having some days or most days which are super low calories and then having these off days. That's where you get messed up. Don't do that, okay? I've seen it over and 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 over, and I don't know how many overs I'm gonna say here, but I don't want it. I'm already 14 minutes. Okay, that is it. I better get out of here. Day 31 in the books. I'll talk to you all very soon. See you guys.